All right. All right. Welcome everybody to the special edition of the Neutral Zone. Today, live, we have Santa Fleet to join us from the North Pole. This is our year-end special Christmas edition to the Neutral Zone. Very, very special guest who in the world of ball hockey Chicago needs no introduction. And obviously in the world of the North Pole needs no introduction. Today we're going to talk about a whole host of things. But without further ado, I'm going to pass it on to my co-host Stomps to introduce to you a very, very esteemed and special guest this evening.
Everybody is looking great tonight. I got my special Gorilla Ugly sweater, world-renowned sweater that's won a couple of contests in 2 years. Yeah, this is just great to have Santa Fleet with us. Really excited about this particular show. We've been wanting to get him on, and we've made it happen. He's up there at the North Pole. You could see his digs there in the background with the candy canes. So hey, Santa Fleet, we haven't seen you in a while. How's everything been going? And catch everybody up on your doings during this season.
Yeah, this season's really, really busy. I love playing all my sports, but once my holiday season starts, I stop all my sports. So just to make sure I can keep, the elves in order and, get everything going and make sure I'm healthy and good for all the, the kids to see me and Merry Christmases and all of that.
Yeah, well, you're probably as much photographed as anybody. And, I'm sure the kids don't want to take a picture with Santa with about 15 stitches going across his nose or
a black eye. Yep, that's true. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. I've been doing it about 24 years. Started with CTA on their holiday train when that used to be only a 2-car train to what it is right now, which is gorgeous. That's how I got my start.
Yeah, so tell everybody what you're doing right now. I mean, you were kind of filling us in before we went live. I know you've got a number of things planned this week, but you've done some cool things that are hockey related. I mean, I know you've skated at the United Center, and why don't you tell the listening audience about that?
Yeah, I skated the last 3 years. Actually, it was 1 year, did a break, and then the last 2 years I skated on the ice with them in between periods. I got to shoot the puck 3 times on skates. So, I got my decked out skates and everything, my whole stand uniform. I got my stick that's like a candy cane. First year I had it taped up, and then the last couple years I actually painted it with some glitter paint, so it's kind of sparkly. But yeah, that's something to skate on that ice with the Hawks and just the crowd there, man. It's definitely bone chilling and hair raising. It's unbelievable. Again, I'm blessed to be able to do this. To have the facial hair that I can do it. And it's all about the kids, man. The kids, adults, everyone is just, they're giggity at this time of year about it.
Yeah. Obviously this has been a unique year, so it's even unique for what you're doing. Has anybody expressed that to you about, it's been a tough year for people and they probably need your presence maybe even more than ever this year?
Yes, almost every day. I'm at Bass Pro and Bolingbrook. I've been there 7 years. At least probably 30, 40 people just say thank you. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for being here. It's still it's a touchless scenario over there. I don't touch the kids. They can't sit on my lap. But I'm sitting behind a 6x6 piece of plexiglass. I wear a face shield too, just for a little more protection. The kids are allowed to take their mask off while they're taking pictures and stuff. Then they got to put it on when they're done taking pictures. But at least 30, 40 people every day are just like, thank you. We need this, try and keep everyone's spirits up, because this has definitely been definitely a trying year this year. But everyone's just happy. I was at Nordstrom's this past weekend, walk around, had to have a mask on. And just everyone's just happy to see you. Adults, parents, grandmas, grandpas, everybody's just, try and keep people in, the happy spirits. Things will get better. It's a tough time right now.
Absolutely. And you're doing great work there. So you were telling us you're going up to Madison and then you come back for a pretty big party, right?
Yeah, I do. I've been up in Madison. That they got it's a hotel up there that's got an ice skating rink there. So I'll go up there. I'll do some ice skating with the kids. Obviously, this one's gonna be a little different. I can't be like holding hands when I skate around because all the kids just want to hold my hand. They want to touch me. So it's kind of hard to tell them, no, you have to back up. So you gotta kind of keep your distance with them, to try and keep everybody safe. Then I come back and I do, I've been doing a few the celebrity Jenny McCarthy. I've been doing her Christmas party. Then when her and Donnie Wahlberg got married, I've been doing their party. So they are wonderful, wonderful people.
Yeah, and that's western suburbs, of course.
Correct. Yeah.
And I'm sure they've got a nice place, huh?
Yeah, it's a nice setup. I mean, the family's all there and everything, so it's pretty nice. No, I said they are wonderful people. They have me coming back every year. So it's a beautiful thing to be able to do what I do to bring cheer to everybody. Even driving through, walking through the store, going down the aisles, I hear little kids, look at Santa, and I usually peek around the corner and I get their attention. I give that little shh, and give them a wink, and they're just like, ah. You still get goosies from doing it, man. It's just so much happiness, especially this year, just to see kids and parents smile because there's a lot of bad stuff going on right now.
Absolutely. Hey, Flea, what's your fondest memory that you have doing what you do with the kids and the work as Santa? What's your fondest memory?
My fondest, I'd say pretty much holding, as I call them, the little peanuts, like the little babies between a couple days old to within that first year. I always call them little peanuts. Just to hold the little kids, it's so great just watching the parents smile and everything. But probably like one of my most funny stories I say, and it's been years. I was working at CTA and I'm doing a Christmas train, and one of the guys I worked with comes up and it says, hey, no, my son kind of ain't too nice to his little brother. He's got like one of the little wiffle bats and he like chases him around with it. So I'm like, all right, I'll play the card. So he gets on my lap. You've been good, yeah. I go, you sure? He's like, yeah, I'm sure. I go, you really? He's like, yeah. I go, I think I remember something about a bat or a stick and your little brother chasing him or something. And his whole facial expression just dropped. And I'm like, you've been good. And he's just like, yeah. So I'm like, all right, well, that's cool. And then a couple days later, I talked to the father because I worked with him. He's like, dude, we got home. My son ran right into the toy room, grabbed the bat, and threw it out in the garbage can. So that's like one of the stories I've been telling for a long time about it. It's really cool. Well, yeah, that's like fondest one. The happy ones, the kids asking for this, that, and just seeing that gleam in their eye. It's just, there's nothing in the world that make you feel that good to see that little kid gleam in your eye. All right, well, there's my dog. Oh, there's my dog just jumped up. This is Lily, my one-eyed Lily. All right, dog, get down. You're gonna knock my phone off.
I gotta hand it to you, Fleet. I mean, just doing what you do with hockey and keeping yourself in shape for that and grooming your beard and getting on the road and taking the time off and then making lives of people feel so special, man. I'm just touched by hearing your story, man.
I love what I do, and I said after I did it for like about 20 years, I actually went to a Santa school. It's up in Midland, Michigan. It's called the Charles Howard School for Santa. This year, I think it's 83 years he's been doing it, and they teach you, if you've never done it before, they'll teach you from day one all the way to like me. I've been doing it 20 years. I'm like, okay, I don't think I'm going to learn too much, but I will. I learned a lot on how to just up that game just that little bit more. And it's just, it's a beautiful thing. And I'm blessed to be able to do it. I still love playing the hockey. I still play football, soccer here, there, softball. So I try and stay as much active as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
go ahead, Storms.
I was gonna say, we're definitely looking forward to having you back in action with us. Hey, I got to ask you, like this time of year, the Christmas music is important to me. Give us some of your favorites. What are yours?
Me, I'm a little, I'm a little on the offbeat side. I love Hippopotamus for Christmas, Dominic the Christmas Donkey, and then like some classics. I just love Bing Crosby and David Bowie doing Drummer Boy. That's the Drummer Boy. My grandpa used to listen to that all the time on the 8-track tape, and just something that Drummer Boy, just something about that song that just always hits me in the heart. But I like a lot of the old classics like White Christmas, Danny Kaye singing them. My son just turned me on to a new guy. He does a lot of jazz Christmas. He was just out here. I can't remember what his name is, but like a lot of actual like jazz to Christmas songs. It's not like jazzed up Christmas songs. Like you really got to listen to hear the Christmas song in it, but really good. Obviously Santa Claus is coming to town, Jingle Bells, a lot of classics. I listened to it from before Thanksgiving to Christmas, and I could still listen to it. I just love the songs, man. It's in the blood, I guess.
Yeah, my personal favorite is the Charlie Brown Christmas album. The entire album, I think, strikes the perfect balance between the joy of the season and some of the melancholy that because people are going through their own things right now, right? Whatever it is, some people are having trouble in their lives, whatever that might be. So sometimes this time of year, there's a little bit of sadness, if you will.
Oh, there is, yeah. That's the rough stories I get. Kids asking for iPods, PS5s, all it is. Then you get the hardest ones, and a lot of guys when they start doing a Santa, I said, hardest questions are, Grandpa died or Grandpa's sick. Can you bring him back and use your Santa magic? And you got to try and keep that straight face and not, get that tear in your eye, and you got to come back with a good, positive response. My whole thing is, if you love your grandpa, grandma, mom, dad, whoever it is, if he's in your heart, he's really never, ever gone. I go, those are the tough questions that are hard to kind of respond to kids.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're doing terrific work. I mean, we've talked about you on this show. I don't know if you've had a chance to hear, but I know everybody's going to be excited to watch this episode. And
I'm glad to get back. I'll be a little aerodynamic after the holidays because it's coming off. It's coming off, man.
Hey, you know what I did, and Stomps did this as well, Fleet. The other night, I drove up to Lincoln, drove down to Lincolnwood.
Mm-hmm.
What was that area, Stomps? You went there as well.
It's Lincolnwood. They call it the Sauganash neighborhood of the North Side. It's right on the north side of Chicago. Very well-renowned neighborhood for decorating houses for the season, and some of the houses are just absolutely they knock it out of the park. I live in Naperville. Amazing down here what they've done. There's a house called the Believe House, and they put out a list of it's at least 30 to 40 local houses that, and we rode a little road rally. It's a long story, but we went and visited all these houses because we had the right questions. It's almost like doing a
scavenger type one, right?
Yeah, count how many candy canes they have at the street, and the houses are just, you can't buy any Christmas lights anywhere and I think a lot of it has to do with people were locked down. What else are you going to do? Let's
decorate.
Let's go crazy and decorate the house. So
I actually just went today to try and find a couple colored strands because I can't find where all my other stuff is at in the house just to do the one other tree we got. I went to 2 Home Depots, 2 Targets, a Lowe's, and American Sale. No lights.
No lights. It's unbelievable.
No lights whatsoever.
Wow.
That's another industry that's made out during
this year, big time, yeah.
This year, so.
Even decorations, any type of decorations. I went to Home Depot like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and there was like only 2 aisles left of like nothing.
Yeah. Hey, Fleet, after you kind of deliver the gifts on Christmas Eve, and you get in through those chimneys, and you present the kids with their gifts, and you do all that hard work with the support of your reindeer and all that. what's your favorite breakfast that you have the next morning? What do you do on Christmas Day? I mean, that's a long.
Mrs. Claus loves to make me. It's a strata. It's a strata. It's got like eggs, ham, bread. That's the good hearty after Christmas delivering gifts to sit back and have a nice breakfast, a nice good cup of tea, and maybe a nice little cup of espresso.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you couldn't eat that before because you need to get through the chimney, right? So
Yeah, no, that's some good filling food there. Yeah, that's some filler there. I got to stick to protein and not salads, and especially eating cookies all night long and milk, that kind of bloats me a little bit too.
yeah, yeah, that's amazing. I mean, that's a lot of work though to do that kind of work all night. I mean,
Oh yeah,
you
but
can't-
it goes quick. Believe
Yeah.
it goes quick. Get around the world, lose little Star Trek stuff. Warp speed and some transporters helps too.
yeah.
And you probably use the time zones to your advantage so that you
Oh
can
yeah.
work your way. Yeah, definitely.
Do you ever get distracted now with modern technology? I know you've been doing this for a long time, but what about people calling you on your cell phone in the middle of this? Do you turn your cell phone on silent?
Oh yeah, that all goes up to the North Pole.
Yeah,
Yeah, once I leave the North Pole, everything is at the North Pole. I know you can't drive the sleigh and talk just like a car.
right.
You don't want me running into a star or an airplane up in the sky or something or satellite. I got to pay attention. I mean, the reindeer help a little bit, but I still got to steer them.
Yeah, and you don't need Google Maps or Waze or any of that stuff because you know where you're going, right?
The stars, that's Comet. Comet is my good navigator. He navigates by the stars.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal.
That's kind of why Comet, outer space, stars.
Brilliant.
Are you gonna? I
Absolutely.
have one question, Stubbs, and I'll turn it over back to you. In terms of any gifts, I mean, I know that they're very private and you like to surprise the kids, but are you dropping off the vaccines to anybody this year? Or are you gonna
That I can't do. That's all done CDC, and every country is different, so that I can't do.
Okay, but I bet you it was on your list, and you had to get.
Yeah, a lot of people been asking for it, or they want this all to be over. It says,
Yeah.
we can hope. I said, Santa Magic has some, but he doesn't have that much to, get the coronavirus all done and over in the vaccines and stuff like that. But we're all hoping and praying that this will soon be over and we can get back to our somewhat normal lives again.
Listen, that's one of your most admirable traits. You follow the FDA. You're a law-abiding citizen. You never cut any corners. I know that Operation Warp Speed definitely counted on you heavily. They needed.
Oh yeah.
They needed your expertise. So.
Yeah, we thank Captain Kirk and Gene Roddenberry for that one.
Wow. Well, Nav, you certainly sent this into a direction I wasn't expecting. So, well, I mean, Santa Fleet. What can we say? I mean, you got a great heart. The kids love it. I'm sure the adults, everybody does. It's magical time for people and
for everyone. Yeah, it's as they say, it's the happy season of the year. Families get together. Most families don't get together until this time of year, and now it's really hard if families normally get together at this time of year and they can't. So like you guys are doing with these Zoom meetings and what they call it, FaceTiming and all of that, or through Windows.
Yeah, it's been interesting. Certainly through work, more Zoom meetings than you could shake a stick at. But I tell people that I've seen more people this year than I normally would in a regular year.
Right.
I'm always on the phone, and now you're Zooming or you're doing the Google Meet thing, and so it's been kind of neat. And people's pets, like your dog's very well behaved there.
Oh yeah.
But we've had all kinds of funny incidents.
Sometimes she likes to bark a lot.
So when do we think we could see you back on? Now of course, I mean we've had a good December so far. We've been able to play for the most part at Woodridge. We had the first night games ever at Woodridge a week ago.
Yeah, I've seen a couple pictures of that.
Yeah, so. The weather's been okay for us. I mean, the floor hasn't been perfect every time, but we can't complain. When do you think we might see you back?
Probably right after New Year's, because actually I know the Ryan gets the Friday nights of Palatine. I've been doing that up till the season, but once the season's over, I can get back to playing anywhere.
Yeah, we can't wait to see you again.
It would be great, Fleet. You are such a huge asset for the Dynamo franchise.
Right,
I mean,
absolutely.
Scored some key goals for us. Steady.
Lucky.
Listen, you're Santa, man. Like you got God-given talent.
Have you ever seen a hockey stick in the shape of a candy cane? It's unbelievable. He uses that.
Here, you know what? Hey, God, you know what? Here, hang on. Let me run in and I'll go grab that. I'll show you guys.
This is tremendous.
Start. Get in there, dog. Coming in the house here. Get this thing outside.
Oh, look at this. I can see it already.
Get back in here. Let me zip this up so the heat stays in. I don't know if you guys can see it here.
Oh, wow.
It's outstanding.
But it's, and actually I have on the back of it, I don't know if you can see it there.
Yes, we can.
Santa Fleet.
This is the one I used last year at the Hawks game.
That's incredible. Listen, for those of you watching from home, right now we have a special treat for you. Live on air is the Neutral Zone with our special Christmas edition. We have Santa Fleet here with us from the North Pole, and he was just showing off his Santa Fleet candy cane hockey stick. Look at that in the back. Unbelievable. What kind of curve is that? Look at that. You're a righty, aren't you?
Yes.
Right. Look at that.
Hey, Santa, when you shot at the United Center, did you score on any? And if not, did you at least hit the board?
The first year I hit the board, missed the second one. The second year I missed all three. And then the third year I hit the board twice and missed the last one. Never made it yet. Yeah. Defense, I'm not supposed to score, right?
It's not that easy at all. I think it's just an accomplishment to hit that board. Some people that fire them into the corners and stuff.
Did you think you're shooting from half court? And then mostly everyone's in gym shoes. I'm on ice skates.
Right.
I mean, I can skate, but I'm not like a great ice skater. I'm like the kid from the Mighty Ducks. I can't stop.
But you used to play ice hockey, I recall.
No, I did like a rat hockey a little bit here. I was never that great of a skater to do that. Yeah, I can get by. I can skate backwards a little bit here, there, but yeah, to actually play. Yeah, no, I could do like our ball hockey. I couldn't do that in the league. No. But I'd be on the ice all the time.
You got a nice rink up there in the North Pole, right? In your backyard.
Oh, the whole everywhere. There's no ice, snow everywhere at the North Pole.
Yeah.
I'm further than Canada, like you.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to ask you a question, and I'll give it back to Stomps again. But how is Rudolph's health these days? There was some speculation that Rudolph was battling something. How is Rudolph doing?
Rudolph's always good. He always has a little ailment here and there, but. Reindeer are tough. They're really tough animals, man. Yeah. They get up there playing all them reindeer games. Now they let him play all the reindeer games, so he's all good. He always tries to be the boss until I walk around, then he gets put in his place.
Who's your favorite elf?
Buddy.
Yeah.
Because he can reach the high, to put the stars on the trees, put the ornaments. He can grab the packages from way up high.
You need to have a great assistant like that. Back over to you, Stomps.
I've noticed a lot of houses have Buddy prominently displayed this year. That's been the hot ticket, apparently.
Yeah. Great movie. They did it really well. It's funny.
Yeah, it's got a good heartwarming family story there, too.
Oh, yeah. Even like the Santa Claus ones, I like those. I can watch those over and over.
Well, you got coming up on, of course, Christmas Eve, going into Christmas Day, you got the 24 hours of A Christmas Story,
Yep.
which is must see TV. I mean, I that's a great Christmas
Yeah,
movie.
that It's a Wonderful Life's another good old classic. Miracle on 34th Street. Even the remake was they stayed within that storyline, which was good.
Yep, a lot of classics.
Oh yeah. It's just I just love what I do, and I can't wait to get back to playing some more hockey, man. I'm missing it.
Any if you were to like I'm gonna put you on the spot here, Santa, because you do such good work. And let me ask you, with your observations with hockey, you're going in to, assess some of the guys. Jim Brill is one guy that I'd like to bring up because he's really trying to get on your good side. And I don't know how it's been over the years with Jim, but would you consider him naughty or nice?
He's working more and more towards the nice list. I mean, everyone has some naughty days and bad days, but everyone's, as long as you try your best and you're always trying to be kind to everyone, you're almost always guaranteed to be on the nice list.
Exactly. You'd say the same about Stevie J, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we gotta keep grooming him to try to be kind to everyone and be nice.
Yeah. And if there's any job openings for you, I think Stefan could be a great elf.
Oh my!
He definitely has the correct height, or as we say, vertically challenged.
We love Stefan, by the way. I hope you're watching. So for those of you watching, we got Santa here on the neutral zone, the real Santa here coming to us live from the North Pole.
Hey, Santa Fleet, how about Mrs. Claus? I know she's very much involved in your seasonal duties, and I've had the pleasure of at least exchanging some emails with her. Talk about her a little bit and her role.
She's phenomenal. She literally kind of, after I retired from CTA and I wasn't allowed to do the holiday train anymore there, getting into the private sector, she was like, see me, I literally was going through Santa withdrawals. Come to the season, I didn't have a lot of jobs, so she reached out to people and started me going, and I wouldn't be doing everything I'm doing now if it wasn't for her. I mean, she manages my hours, my bookings, everything. Definitely would not be nowhere near where I'm at now with this if it wasn't for her. And yeah, she's just phenomenal. Keeps me in order sometimes, keeps me in check, make sure I don't go a little too silly here and there. Grooms me for certain things to say, make sure I say the right things. But yeah, it's definitely, if it wasn't for her, I definitely would not be where I'm at today.
Well, a special shout out to Mrs. Claus for making this happen. I mean, she's taking care of you and you're taking care of her. And it sounds like she's been a huge anchor in your life, over the years.
Oh, big time. I mean, even with the health stuff I went through. Oops, dropped the phone there. Even with the health stuff I went through, yeah, she kept me really good. She's definitely keeps me in check and keeps me healthy. Or she tries. I'm kind of stubborn on some things.
I'm hopeful that, with this episode, somebody might pick up on it. And because, as I'm just watching you here through the screen here, Santa Fleet, you'd be perfect for some modern Christmas movie.
That's what my son keeps telling me. He said that was her goal: get me in a commercial and a movie.
Right, something. Absolutely.
Definitely had enough TV time on Sniglets here, there, Channel 9 News, the Hawks, all this other stuff. But yeah, the commercial or a movie.
Yeah, so if anybody's watching and wishes to get in touch with Santa Fleet, you could reach out to us on the neutral zone and we'll make sure that happens. Nav, you got any thoughts, final thoughts?
No, I would, because we're going to do something special today on the show, Fleet, I know you're a busy man. We'd love for you to stick around because we're going to kind of go through a couple of things, a little bit of a year in review. I'm going to say a few things and I'm going to get a reaction from Stomps. And then hopefully if you could stick around, we'd love to have you for the next 20 minutes or so if possible.
Yeah, I'm just sitting out here relaxing.
Right. Awesome. So Stomps, a little surprise for you. First of all, it's been an absolute pleasure doing this show with you, Stomps. And we don't get to do a lot of the things we'd like to do normally outside of, because of this pandemic, but we've made the best of a really difficult situation. And I'm going to go through a couple of highlights of the year that I put together. A lot of them include you guys, as well as our audience that's watching from home. And I hope I haven't missed anything. But if I have, I always count on my co-host fact checker Stomps to keep me honest. So let's start off with no particular order. I like to call this, I had it as number 10, but I think I have more than the top 10. In 2020, what did Los Toros team do?
Are you asking me or Santa Fleet?
I'm asking you, Stomps.
Well, we won the Palatine tournament in January of 2020, anchored by Dave Schmiel in goal. And you had the likes of, and I'm going to forget some people, Mark Dante, myself, Dave Kramer,
The Gleasons.
Tommy Mraz, the Gleasons. Jeez, I'm forgetting people.
Terry
Steve Givens.
McMahon. Terry McMahon was on that team.
Jeremy and his dad. Terry McMahon, our friend. Oh goodness, I'm forgetting his name. And he scored the game-winning goal in the finals too. And Dan Lauer. And who else was on that club? Jeremy and his father. I can't remember. Steve
I
Gibbons.
just think the reason I brought that up was
Carlo.
Carlo, that was the start of 2020. That tournament was kind of kicking off 2020. The Toros had won that championship, which was phenomenal.
Right.
If you're watching Dave Schmiel, I'm still waiting for my Lost Toros shirt. There you go.
This is the team photo. I know it's a little bit glary, but
I think Dave's working on a special order for me because I love the color of blue that he chose. But the outside of the fact that they had the most father and son tandems to ever win a championship, which I think was really special. The other thing that happened, and credit to those guys who put this together, is they ended up winning the championship, I think within a week later or a few days later. They won the championship in Palatine. I thought that was a special highlight of 2020, where Schmiel, Dante, and the gang and Carlo, they went on and won that first season. Remember, on the Wednesday night league, they ended up winning the championship plus the Los Toros championship at the tournament. The next one is kind of for both of you guys. 2020 was a huge success. I'll start with Fleet. What do you think about the success of Dynamo in 2020?
It got cut short. We were doing really good. We actually came to that, and I love playing on it. And we came together almost like a family every week. We were playing and just having fun, and we were winning, and that made it awesome. And then we had to stop. And I'm like, kind of like the Sox, the one year they had the great team and they cut the season. Hopefully we can get that same gel coming back when we start back up again. I'm definitely looking forward to that.
I am too. And, Sabatini gave me the fedora last Sunday. I have it in my trunk. That was a great tradition that we started as a team.
Oh, it was fun. And I said, I may kind of blow my inflate my head, but I think I was the first one to start taking some funny, silly pictures with it. Yeah, and then it kind of rolled after that.
Oh yeah, I remember the photos with the hot tub.
Yeah.
We don't know where that fedora's been, but it's been in some real suspicious areas. But
it's been all over. And didn't Danielle take it up to the tournament up north somewhere?
That's true.
Yeah, you did.
He had it up there at an ice hockey tournament in, I think, northern Michigan or wherever they were. And I had it at a Japanese restaurant at a hibachi. The hibachi chef was wearing it on top of his own chef
hat.
I remember that. Stubbs, any comments about the Dynamo success in 2020?
Well, I think Santa Fleet hit on it perfectly. It was a quick family, and we built our own traditions very quickly, like the fedora, like the post-game photo with our great photographer Eddie Switek taking the pictures normally. So it was fun. Yeah, and the last session, we were doing extremely well and it got cut short. So we're certainly looking forward to that restarting at some point in 2021.
Hey, Fleet, you weren't part of this tournament, but I'm sure you kept up with it. 2020 was a real special year for Eric Garrity and his supporting executive team for the first inaugural Hockey Monsters tournament.
Yeah, I was watching a little bit here and there, trying to watch it, and I tried not to because I get aggravated that I can't play, so I tried not looking at it, getting into it too much, and you get that. It's like trying to go and watch a game and just sit there. Like you just can't do it. I got to try and get involved. But yeah, I played out at Woodridge a couple times through the summer. Fun out there, and I just wish I could have done more, but I just have to stop, for the holiday season. But and he does a great job putting that together, man. That's I know it's not easy. Even running a team is not easy, let alone a whole league or a tournament.
Absolutely.
Well said.
Yeah, well said. Another couple of quick things in 2020, a few highlights. I mean, Palatine and the organizers of Palatine earlier in the year, credit to Lou and others, kept that going. Came up with that creative 4-on, was it 4-on-4 or 3-on-3 format?
It was 3-on-3 playing along the width of the rink, the two games going simultaneously.
Yeah. That was a real nice treat in 2020 to get us back into hockey spirit. And then number 6, and credit again, Stomps, you were part of this with the management team for encouraging the folks to start having those midweek games at Woodridge.
Well, yeah, I mean, there was one I couldn't participate in, but it was hey, let's blow off work and play some hockey. That went really well. We had the night game on a Wednesday. We've got night games scheduled for this Wednesday, which is Festivus, but the weather might not cooperate with that.
Yeah, they're talking it's going to get a little chilly.
Well, and some ice and snow,
Yep.
So
it is winter.
You think there'll be a white Christmas?
They're talking it might be. If not, it's definitely going to be cold enough.
Yeah.
The Weather Channel I've been watching, they're talking Christmas Day is supposed to get down like, I think, highs in the teens.
Yeah, it's going to be chilly those couple of days. But then bouncing back, it looks like Sunday's weather will allow us to have another Sunday run of games at Woodridge, and maybe we'll play 3 more. And that'll be I mean, hey, if we're that lucky, that's great.
Yeah. It's been a great winter so far.
It has indeed. A couple of things in 2020, a few breakthrough players that I wanted to bring up, and I'm sure Stomps has a couple, and Fleet, please feel free to chime in. You know the league pretty well. I thought 2020 was a breakthrough year for Patty Gleason. I thought Patty took his game to another level. I liked how he became a more of a two-way offensive threat. And then I'm going to throw Josh. I'm going to throw Josh in there as well. Josh Kramer.
Those would probably be the first 2 guys I would think of right off the get-go. Josh is a hustler, and he plays it at both, and both of those guys hustle and play at both ends. So so kudos to them. I know Gleese has got some other sons. Certainly Brendan's been, a rookie. And I think he's got good role models in his family, and we expect big things certainly from him going forward.
Yeah. In terms of resurrecting their careers and comeback player, I'm going to have to give this one to none other than Brian Ganutek.
Wow.
Brian.
Leading scorer for Dynamo. I mean, he's come out, he's become an offensive threat. And we're talking about a guy he's not a spring chicken.
Maybe a summer chicken. Well, he's what? He's got to be what? Mid-40s?
Yeah, he might be in his 50s.
Is he? I don't think he's in his 50s.
I think he's around 40. I think he's around 47. 40.
Sorry,
I think
Brian.
yeah,
I
mid
may
mid
have,
upper 50s. Yeah, I mean, I think Todd's right around my age. I forgot who else was up. 35-ish, like I am.
I got a birthday coming up in a few days, and I will be turning 57.
Oh, you got me by 2.
Wow. Stomps, could you grow a beard like that?
No, well, this is like one day shaving. I mean, mine grows really quick as opposed to up here, which has stopped growing. But
Well, that's what I say. It transfers from the top and then it goes down here.
right, and in the ears and everywhere else you don't want hair. So yeah,
You don't need it there.
no,
Yeah, a couple of players kind of made their comeback in 2020. I thought Dave Lane's return.
You
was
can talk.
one.
Yeah.
Didn't Dave Lane return in 2020 after some time off?
yeah, he played those. That started that session with us with Dynamo, and yeah, so he was a comeback player for sure. I'm just trying to think if anybody else I'm not thinking
It's
about.
fine.
I don't know.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
yeah. So we would definitely
Leave it.
come back to you on that. Hey, in terms of two notable players, I gotta, can't forget mentioning,
Right here.
all the pandemic hockey we played. How about the performance of Dan Bruner winning all those Corona Cup stars?
Right. Yeah, for sure. Between him at Palatine and Timmy over there at Woodridge, that's a lot of goals.
Yeah, he's a hustler. He's definitely a hustler. He's got some great stick handling. I don't know how many times he's went right around me.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a hard guy to cover. A couple of special mentions as well. I'd just like to, a couple of new guys that showed up in 2020 is, Gerard Grabowski
Yes.
and John Trapani, two new guys that showed up. I know earlier we mentioned the success of Terry McMahon with the Los Toros, as well as with our team on Dynamo, then winning that championship. He's another Dynamo guy that we don't really talk about too
Yeah,
much.
I forgot about him, and he's a foxhound too.
He's a foxhound, but he's property of Dynamo as well, which is great. Hey, what about Adesh?
Hey, Adesh is he's going to be an elite player if he's not up there already. He loves to score. I would just tell Adesh, just keep one eye on Josh a little bit. Watch how Josh plays both ends of the rink, and that's what my advice would be. But I mean, goal scoring, he's money, man, on a breakaway.
Yeah, he's got that.
Not too many goalies that can handle what he's. He's just really good.
Another player who's been real exciting to watch is that goaltender Rocco. I've been really pleased.
Oh, the great Rocco.
Rocco? Yeah. We played against him and with him in Woodridge a couple times. Yeah, he's good.
He's a good goalie.
Very quick in there. Good guy. Good team.
Good glove. Good glove too. He's got a fast glove.
Right. Speaking of goalies, I mean, my last 2 points is, one of the things that happened in 2020 was Billy Jacques. I mean, his miraculous knee injury recovery. I always compare that, and I tell this to Stomps. He recovered like how Trump recovered from COVID. I've never seen such a fast recovery in my life. I mean, these guys have superhuman strength. Billy Jacques.
Modern technology.
Well, I think we've got to tip our hats to all the goaltenders. It's not an easy position. Well, if you don't know that, strap on the pads and get in there and try it. So, all the guys that we see out there on a regular basis, they're all great guys. You can't have I guess technically you could play a hockey game without a goaltender, but it's never fun, right?
No, we did that once and I got a penalty.
I remember that.
Wasn't that like our second or third game?
Yeah, I remember
we were
that.
short, right? That was when we were short.
Yep, I made a couple saves, but then I went to freeze the puck, and he's like, "You're not a goalie. You're just an extra player."
Yeah,
Oops.
I remember that. You're right. But the point being, I appreciate the guys in goal. It's a demanding position, and they're all great guys and great goaltenders. All of them. Woodridge, Palatine, you name it.
I mean, we got some really outstanding goalies that are versatile. We got some guys who can play goalie and now, like Peter Borzuto, Andre Juggerman, Chris Hay, Lou Mangini. I mean, these are all guys that and now
Latham,
Rocco, Latham,
Latham.
Latham. Yeah, these guys can play both positions, which I think is such an asset. I used to think when you're a player and you can play defense and forward, that's something great to have. It's just a great thing to have in your toolbox. But how about having a player that can also play goalie? I mean, that's great. Hey, last point I'll make, and then I'll pass it back to you, Stomps, is 2020 was the beginning of the neutral zone. So for those of you again watching at home, we by the end of this evening we'll have committed or completed 14 episodes of the neutral zone, plus 2 special editions that we did prior to the Woodbridge tournament, plus the special video that we shared after Sunday. But this was a big year for the neutral zone coming out and having our show coming out, reaching a live studio audience with special guests like the one we have this evening with Santa Fleet. We continue to try to improve and bring you great content and great quality to increase the viewership. What we ask of you in return is just watch, share, comment, give us feedback, and of course, subscribe to our channel, because Stomps and I enjoy what we do, and we're not at the same level as Santa as bringing joy into people's lives, but we do try our best to give people a positive, joyful experience. Stomps, over to you.
Yeah, I mean that's well said. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy hearing the comments. I often apologize if I forget anybody. We always try to give everybody a little mention here and there, and if we haven't, it's not been for a lack of caring. I care about all the guys. We're a family. We've been through a lot this year, and we've still managed to play despite the hardships, and trying to do it in a responsible way and not having any major issues, knock on wood. I just feel really blessed to know everyone and still have a chance to get out there and have fun, bond with the guys, compete. That's what it's all about. That's what hockey is, man. Love it. Love the show. I appreciate everybody who watches. And hey, we look for bigger and better things in 2021.
Definitely, most definitely.
Absolutely. And speaking of 2021, I agree with you, Stomps. It's been a pleasure working with you, doing this show together. You've been a bright spot in this year. Let me say something. For 2021, we commit to coming back to you. We've been extended. We've gotten an extension with all the major broadcast networks. So we'll be back in 2021. I can't tell you, I'm getting calls from Netflix, Hulu, CBS, ABC, HBO, Stars. It's my phone's ringing off the hook, Stomps, and they all want us to come on to their network. We're going to make that decision soon, but for now, we're just going to stick to providing you guys with the greatest entertainment value. But 2021, we commit to coming back to you. One last thing before we close. Lots of exciting things coming to you in the world of ball hockey in 2021. Two things, this is particularly of interest to Stomps as well as you, Fleet. Wanted to let you know, outside of the great news of the vaccine that's coming up, because I think that's the big news. Hopefully we all get vaccinated. We all, be able to get back to normal life. But Frank is working really hard with the support of others around him on building a real strong Team Chicago, or they're going to call it, I think, the Gentlemen's Club, a Masters division, which is players over 40. What I've seen in the early traffic on the emails is it's looking pretty good. There's a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of excitement. Early in 2021, we're going to have Frank on the show to talk about what we're doing with the Masters team. I know he's pushing hard for us to go to a tournament in 2021. But one of the things that just came hot off the press today is he's also trying to get game specifically slots designed for the older guys, which I think is phenomenal, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting tired of chasing around 19, 20-year-old guys. I'd rather be chasing around guys like Fleet that are in my same category.
Chasing, we just watch them go past. Ain't no chasing happening. By the time I turn around and take 3 steps, they're 5 steps in front of me.
Absolutely.
And I saw this late this afternoon, I saw they put a mock-up of the Team Chicago Gentlemen's Club jersey was posted on the app, which looks really nice. If you get a chance, go out and check it out. And Nav, aren't these tournaments scheduled for late February, early March in Philadelphia, I believe? Is that the ones that Frank's organizing right now?
Yeah, well, Frank has said that they're now being pushed into April.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
But I know that not everybody will travel for these things, but I think the traveling for the group that travels, I think it's great. We also know that a lot of the Masters guys are very enthusiastic, not only about the neutral zone, but about, they're enthusiastic about playing and, having fun. And I think as you get older, hockey becomes a lot more sacred, because you kind of know that you're bumping up against the end of your hockey career, not your life, but the end of your hockey career. You know what I mean?
The playing career.
Yeah, exactly. Any closing comments, Stomps, before we kind of wish everybody a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year?
We really didn't review last Sunday's or yesterday's games. It was an interesting day. We had 3 games. The weather was really I would say almost perfect for outdoor hockey yesterday, except for a little wind that made it a little chilly. But it was a great time, despite the outcome of that last game, which we won't talk about too much. But other than that, I mean, it was another good day, another great day for hockey, as the saying goes. And let's keep it going.
Absolutely. For those of you who tuned in throughout the year, because I know that some of you weren't able to join tonight. We're going to make this available on YouTube. Stomps is going to get that out on Hockey Monsters. We'll share it on Facebook. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll get the notification. Today, you were with us live. We filmed in front of a live studio audience, episode 14 of the Neutral Zone, a special Christmas edition. We had a very, very special guest in Santa Fleet, came to us from the North Pole. So again, just want to thank you again, Santa Fleet, for joining us today and gracing us with your presence.
No problem. Thanks for having me. It was great talking with you guys, catching up a little bit. Looking forward to getting back and playing again. And, as I always say, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and always be kind to everyone and always try and do your best. Let's make this world a better place.
Well
Absolutely.
said. Can't beat that. Everyone, we're closing. Have a great evening and a safe and happy holidays.
Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Ho, 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 ho.